Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Ask Tom. My name's Tom Whitlock. I'm a business development consultant at Clifton Asset Management. We're a team of financial advisors, pension specialists, and the experts behind the commercial finance option known as pension-led funding. In today's episode, I was very pleased to be joined by the chairman of Clifton, Adam Tavener, to discuss the history of Clifton and how the company started, the work that we do that goes beyond just funding businesses using pensions, and have a look at what's to come with the group going forward. We'll join the interview now.
Good afternoon, Tom, and nice to see you again. My name, as you rightly say, is Adam Tavener. I am chairman and founder of Clifton Asset Management Plc.
So as we've discussed many times on this channel and in all of our other marketing, people tend to know Clifton best as the people behind pension-led funding. Of course, we've done a whole lot of stuff that isn't pension-led funding, and we've come a long way from where we started. Do you want to sort of go back in time and let us know where this began and how that all happened?
Yes, certainly. Clifton, the business, started in 1986. It was actually conceived in December 1985 and commenced trading, me at my kitchen table, in January of 1986 as a pretty vanilla independent financial advisory business. That was our route. So it was me, a telephone, a notepad, and a few clients that I had that had followed me from my previous job.
And over those years, I suppose we've done a lot of stuff around pension-led funding and become quite well known in that space for pension innovation, especially for the business owner community. How do you think we've achieved this? What do you think has contributed to that?
I think we've always been, at our heart, quite an entrepreneurial and innovative business. And it was clear to me some years into the building of Clifton that the world of financial advice and financial services was changing fast with the advent of regulation and disclosure and all sorts of other stuff that genuinely just didn't exist when we first got going. It was an entirely unregulated sector. Hard to believe now, but it was. And one thing that became obvious to me was that the relationship between a lot of business people and their own pension pots was pretty fraught and pretty fractious, and there seemed to be a reluctance to put money into a pension because many of them felt that they could do more with it invested in their own business. And whilst they were making pension contributions, it was mostly because their accountants had told them that this was a sensible thing to do. So there was very little enthusiasm around the pensions market, even back then it was a very, very large pot of money. But it seemed to me to be a sector that was absolutely ripe for a bit of innovation and a bit of new thinking around creating something that would be of genuine interest to this group of people. And that was really the genesis of pension-led funding.
And I suppose we've discussed a little bit about how it all started on your kitchen table back in the 80s. We've talked about what sort of brought us to now with the innovation around pension-led funding. I suppose the obvious follow-on question is what's next for Clifton?
Well, pension-led funding has actually become a relatively small part of what is now quite a big business, and it's still, if you like, our sort of flagship product. It's certainly a key differentiator in terms of our skills in the marketplace. I think we're widely recognised as being quite simply the best at it. Other pension providers can do it, but we absolutely own the top spot. But nonetheless, of course, the delivering of this particular product over the years has led to a very significant amount of money within our own administrative, both pension structure and fund management, discretionary fund management business. So we are a broadly based product provider that provides our own suite of pension pots, our own discretionary fund management, our own client portal, a whole host of vertically integrated offerings, only a small part of which, as I said, is actually the delivering of pension-led funding. And our current trajectory is very much one of this rather excellent suite of products being delivered by other advisory businesses, and the acquisition of other advisory businesses as well, as and when it's an appropriate match. So we're now entering a world of distribution through third parties and the acquisition of other advisory businesses, and a very exciting time it is for the group.
So it's taking the sort of last 30 plus years of our experience and expertise, packaging that up in a way that allows it to spread further beyond the market, beyond just the four walls of Clifton, so to speak.
Indeed. I mean, the last 15 years particularly has been one of intense investment in technology, skills, the proposition itself, the client journey, all these things. Instead of taking a rather relaxed view of it, we decided that we would invest heavily in the overall quality of client experience and the product suite to allow other advisory businesses to use our offerings to the advantage of their business. All of that now has been done, I'm happy to say. I mean, it's never going to stop. It will always continue, but it is a complete suite, which now allows us to integrate our offering with other advisory businesses on an appointed representative basis, or, as I say, acquire them if that's what they want to do. So, we've worked pretty hard to get where we are.
Well, thank you very much, Adam, for your time there. Really, really is appreciated. If you've been watching along at home and you think this might be relevant to yourself and your situation, or potentially that of a client that you may be working with at the moment, I'll make sure that contact details are listed below. Please do make sure you get in touch and we'll happily see what we can do to assist you or the client you're working with. Thank you very much for your time. Remember to subscribe to the channel and to tune in every Thursday morning for a new episode of Ask Tom. Take care and goodbye.